Hey guys, it's Layla from Ignite, and in today's video, we're going to take a look at how Shakespeare's Macbeth explores the theme of manipulation. But before I get into that, please do like and subscribe to our channel and click the bell for notifications. And if you're looking for extra resources to add depth and focus to your HSC English studies, check out our website at Ignite HSC. But for now, let's get into today's video. So in this clip, I'm building on a previous video where I took you through in depth an extract from Act 1, Scene 1 in Shakespeare's Macbeth. In this video, I'm being more skills-based and showing you how you take out an extract from a portion in a text and you analyze it to answer a given question. So this clip is useful for you in learning how to unpack questions and make sure that you have a really strong topic sentence and that you know how to put analysis into the written form to justify your topic sentence and answer the question. So that's what I'm doing in this clip. To start off with, let's take a look at the question that I'm going to answer through the video. Our question reads, how does the following extract evoke manipulation? And it's a 2-marker. Now, the theme of manipulation is inherent to Shakespeare's Macbeth more broadly. I'm simply using this extract to show you, and this question, to show you how you piece together analysis and you work through quote technique effect, which is really the building block to everything that you do in English. Now, whenever we are confronted with a question, it is so important that you work through a question and you identify key terms and you unpack the key terms in the question. So if you're a student and you're wondering, how can I strengthen my topic sentences and comprehension, or how can I even strengthen my thesis statements, this is really, really useful for you. So whenever you get a question, it's so important that you start off by identifying the key word in the question. In this question, our key word is manipulation. However, what you don't want to do is simply restate the question in your topic sentence or in a thesis. By the way, a topic sentence is a sentence starter for a body paragraph or a shorter style response. A thesis statement is the underlying argument which threads through the entirety of an essay, which must cumulatively be proven by each of your points in your paragraphs. So let's just distinguish that there. But going with a topic sentence, because that's what we need for this question, because we're doing a 2-mark response. To write that, you need to identify the keyword in the question and then do what I call apply micro questions to that key term to draw out what you can say and flesh out in your topic sentence. So here the key term is manipulation. You don't want in your topic sentence to merely state William Shakespeare evokes manipulation in Macbeth. You want to tell me who is manipulating, how are they doing the manipulating. You want to work through some micro questions, how, what, why, to what extent, and relevance. And from that list of words, pick the ones that are most relevant to the question you've been given and how through answering that application of the micro question, you can add some value in your topic sentence. And I'll show you how that actually looks in my exemplar response. But the takeaway point here is when you're drafting a topic sentence, start off by identifying the keyword in the question. Ask yourself which of the micro questions is most relevant to that key term, and through answering it, set up a topic sentence that doesn't merely restate the question, but adds some value to the question. So, in this case, we're looking at manipulation and we're asking ourselves who is being manipulated and by whom, and how are they being manipulated. And through answering that, you're going to offer up a stronger topic sentence. It's a 2-marker, so we just need a topic sentence and 1 quote technique effect sequence. So when we're getting to that quote technique effect sequence in the response, you're working through this, your building block of analysis, where you're unpacking a quote, you're identifying the technique in that quote, you're using a verb to describe the impact of that technique. Does it highlight something? Does it challenge us to think something? Does it reveal something? Does it exaggerate something? Any of those key terms. And then you describe the effect. And in this case, the effect is how it evokes manipulation in the text. So you move through these elements as they are relevant to your given question. In my response, you'll note that I highlight in a way that correlates with this building block to show you where the quote is, the technique, the verb, and the link to the question. So The extract that we're looking at, I'm not going to read through it in the video. You can pause the video and have a look and have a read of it yourself. But I have analysed this extract in a previous video, which looks at, and we'll put the link for it below, it looks at close analysis of Shakespeare using this extract, and I take you through the techniques that you can focus on. But within this extract, this is how I'm going to use it to answer the question. So I need to find a quote to answer this question that I think best suits and reveals manipulation in the extract. You could really pick any of the quotes in that extract to answer this, because all of that extract is exploring Lady Macbeth trying to manipulate Macbeth into killing Duncan. So if you pause the vid and you give it a read, and if you watch my previous video, you'll note that the language she's using in there, including her visceral and emotive language, her use of direct second person appeal, and her rhetorical questions, are all pointed towards convincing Macbeth to kill. At the beginning of this scene, by the way, which is Act 1, Scene 1, Macbeth quotes that he doesn't want to go further in this business being the act of regicide. But by the end, following Lady Macbeth's manipulation, he's so set on doing it. So she has effectively manipulated him, and all of the language and quotes that you can draw from Lady Macbeth are clear evidence for that. So if you're a student who's, drafting an essay on manipulation, or you're writing a body paragraph, there's lots of kind of juicy quotes in that scene that would be really useful for you. But looking at this one, I've chosen to go with the quote, "What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me?" And looking at that quote, I love the plosive alliteration, the harshness of beast and break, and the rhetorical question itself. It's rhetorical because when, through the dialogue of the play, Lady Macbeth uses you, and there's two characters on the stage, because she is the speaker, we as audience members are inherently positioned in the shoes of Macbeth, and it's as though she's speaking to us directly. So we're really feeling the penetrative force of what she's saying. So the rhetorical question is profound as it addresses us, it impacts us, and the plosives in beast and break emphasize how she feels she's personally been served an injustice by him not wanting to go further in this business. So the structure of your response should include a clear topic sentence unpacking, not just restating the question, who is manipulating and how are they manipulating. Then you need evidence that backs up the topic sentence, and then you need a link sentence at the end. It's important that before you write the topic sentence, you know what quote you're going to use, because you don't want to run the risk of writing and introducing an argument that you can't actually support by your evidence. So start by looking at the question, unpacking it, apply the micro questions as I've framed. Then think about what quote you're going to use, know the quote, know what's happening in that quote in terms of manipulation, and make sure that's foregrounded very clearly in the topic sentence. And this is how it looks. So Shakespeare evokes manipulation through Lady Macbeth's personal attack on Macbeth with the intent of convincing him to proceed with their plot of regicide. So see how I've clearly shown my marker from that extract that I understand who is being manipulated and how they're being manipulated. This manipulative intent is enforced through the plosive alliteration within the rhetorical question, "What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me?" Notice here that I'm not afraid to continue using the wording of the question. Manipulation, manipulative, and manipulating down here. It's really important that you note the value of restating the keyword in the question as frequently as you can in your response without it sounding like overkill, because it shows your marker that you're really conscious of the question and you are pointing all of your analysis towards the key term in the question. Okay, and I framed here my plosive alliteration and the rhetorical question clearly. I identified my technique. So through emphasizing beast and break, Lady Macbeth renders Macbeth's refusal to proceed in this business as personal to her with the intent of manipulating him. So I don't only just give the quote and the technique, I explain specifically how that technique links back to what the question is asking of me. So hopefully what you're noting in that response is the concision, the frequency of the links to the question, how clearly I identify my techniques, I give my evidence, and I conclude and link back at the end. 5 key steps that you ought to follow and apply in your own comprehension or analysis compositions. Okay guys, that concludes that clip. I hope what you've taken away are some key bits of advice in unpacking questions and how to structure responses, particularly those that may be worth 2 marks. If that was a longer style response, you would structure it in the exact same way, but you would just give more evidence. And if you were writing a body paragraph, the structure would also be quite similar. You just have more evidence in here to justify the point of how manipulation is being evoked in that part or portion of the play, or in the play more broadly. You'll just draw on different parts of the text. Now, if you have any questions, please do comment and I'll do my best to get back to you. If there is anything that I really hope you take away here, it's to actively read your extracts in your text and make sure you're looking for techniques. You don't want to be asserting anything. You don't want to be saying that the text evokes manipulation without actually quoting from the text and telling me how the composer has used those elements of form and feature to convey that idea. That's really the fundamental basis of English. And hopefully you've gained a little bit of confidence in discussing Shakespearean language more broadly. Thank you guys for watching. If you do want more content and to be notified when our content comes out, like and subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications. And if you want extra help to really push you in your English studies to achieve your goals, check out our website at Ignite HSC. We have loads of resources which include context, form, textual analysis, and exemplar essays on a lot of prescribed texts. So you won't regret checking it out and taking your marks to the whole next level. But for now, guys, thanks again for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next video.